Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this exciting session of our Empower 2024 event. I'm Kyle Kelly, Director of Partnerships at Aurora. My role involves forging and nurturing strategic partnerships that enhance our platform's capabilities and, most importantly, deliver greater value for our customers. Today, I'm thrilled to discuss a groundbreaking partnership in collaboration that exemplifies that very mission. Earlier this year, we announced a strategic partnership with EagleView, a leader in aerial imagery, geospatial technology, and property data. This partnership marks a significant step forward in utilizing high-resolution aerial imagery and validated three-dimensional roof models to revolutionize how PV systems are designed in Aurora. Our collaboration is not just about advanced technology, but it's about transforming the solar lifecycle from sales to installation without the need for on-site measurements or drone deployments. Pete, welcome to Empower. So glad you could join us today.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle. And hello to everybody. On the line with us today, I'm Pete Cleveland, Vice President of Solar at EagleView. In my role, I focus on leveraging our advanced geospatial technologies to address specific challenges within the solar industry. And our partnership with Aurora is built on a shared vision of precision and trust. By integrating EagleView's detailed aerial imagery and 3D modeling capabilities directly into the Aurora platform, we're setting a new standard for accuracy and efficiency in solar system design and installation.
Exactly, Peter. This direct integration into Aurora's applications allows us to build applications that accelerate our vision for establishing trust within the solar community through data-driven accuracy. But what does that look like in practice? It starts with EagleView's geospatial and high-resolution orthogonal images becoming a core part of Aurora's applications, empowering solar sales and design teams to operate with precision like never before.
That's right. With access to EagleView's high-resolution aerial imagery and property data, Aurora users will be able to develop more accurate site models, leading to improved solar system design. This includes more precise panel placement, realistic shading analysis, and ultimately more accurate energy production estimates. So what this means is that every stakeholder in the solar process, from the salesperson to the installer, can operate with a very high level of confidence.
Yes, and this is just the beginning. We are continuously working to integrate more of EagleView's high-resolution orthogonal imagery into our platform, which will soon be available to all of our customers. Today, you and I are going to dive deeper into how this partnership not only enhances the technical aspects of solar installations, but also how it fundamentally changes the way our customers can engage with solar projects. Before we dive into our conversation, let me offer the audience a deeper insight into how this partnership unfolds and how it really gives us a better sense of essentially the key takeaway. For everyone joining us today, the essential insight is this: EagleView and Aurora have combined the best of aerial imagery and design accuracy, creating a truly groundbreaking synergy. So, going to walk us through a little bit of what that looks like for us today. But before we delve into our conversation, let me first offer the audience a deeper insight into the transformative partnership we're here to discuss. For everyone joining us today, the essential insight is this: EagleView and Aurora have combined the best of aerial imagery and design accuracy, creating a truly groundbreaking synergy. Orthogonal imagery, immediate benefits here. The high-resolution aerial imagery, we're talking about incredibly clear top-down aerial images that cover 94% of the US population and the top 50 US housing markets. EagleView imagery offers 70 times the detail versus satellite imagery and can reach sub 1-inch resolution. Seamless integration. So these images are now part of Aurora platform today, making it super easy for our solar sales and design teams to use this high-resolution imagery. The best part, this is available right now and available to all Aurora customers at no additional cost, so you can start benefiting from enhanced precision immediately. Future enhancements, EagleView powered models, advanced roof models. But we're not just stopping at imagery. We're working on integrated, highly detailed and accurate 3D roof models from EagleView directly into the Aurora platform. These models will add another layer of accuracy, making your proposals and designs even better. It will also enable customers like never before to reduce costs and time spent on site by combining the most accurate 3D models available. These features are coming soon, promising significant improvements to how you execute projects and boost your confidence in them. So with that said, stay tuned for more. This 5-year partnership with EagleView and Aurora isn't just about technology. It's about setting new standards in the solar industry. And we're combining our strengths to give you unmatched accuracy and efficiency to transform the way you work on solar projects. So with this engaging overview of our partnership fresh in our minds, Pete, I'm eager to hear from you. Would like to kick off our fireside chat here and talk a little bit about what this means for customers, some of the benefits. How do Aurora and EagleView's technologies complement each other in terms of improving accuracy and efficiency of solar installations? I talked a little bit about that. Would love to hear your input here.
Yeah, and that's a really good place to kick us off, Kyle. We all know that Aurora is the predominant solar platform out there, and EagleView is the leading high resolution aerial and property data provider. So what we're really talking about here is empowering the Aurora users with the raw materials to create the best solar system design possible with the greatest geographic coverage that we can. So I like to think of it like this, Kyle. You wouldn't build a house on a shaky foundation, and I don't think solar designs are much different. What we're providing here with this partnership is a very solid foundation of intelligence to build that solar project from. That solar design is really the crux of the entire project, right? So getting that right from the start is extremely powerful, and that's hopefully we can get a little bit more into that in this discussion. But what we're really talking about here is empowering the Aurora users to become more efficient, profitable, and deliver a higher quality product to their end user or their customer.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. Can you describe how EagleView's approach to creating 3D models has evolved over time, and how does that impact the solar industry as a whole?
Yeah, I should probably start with a description of what is it that we do to create these 3D models, right? Because we've been doing it for well over a decade now. I think probably most of the audience here with us today can relate to creating a solar design by tracing on an image, a top-down image, right? Well, almost all of those top-down images have some level of skew or lean, right? Like if you ever looked at a top-down aerial image, you could see the side wall of a structure. That's because it's not perfectly centered. So unless the center of that roof is directly under the focal point of that camera lens, you're dealing with some sort of skew or image lean when you're creating, that roof model. Well, that's not what we do. When we capture our high resolution aerial imagery, we're capturing it from the top down as well as the oblique or side view perspective. So when we create a 3D model of a structure, we're actually taking 5 images of that structure from the top down, north, south, east, and west perspectives to create a very accurate 3D representation of that structure. Now, with those side angles, though, it also gives us the ability to identify height of chimneys, for instance. It also gives us the added ability of identifying obstructions on those roofs, like vents. I think most users can also relate to how difficult it is to find a black plumbing vent on a black asphalt shingle roof with a black shadow. It's just very hard to see. Similar complications with terracotta tiles, right? But when you could look at that structure from all of these perspectives, sort of stitch that together, you end up with a very accurate representation of the 3D structure. Now, how has that evolved? We've been dabbling in solar for a very long time. We're the primary measurement provider for the insurance and the roofing industries. But about 4 years ago now, we really doubled down on our investments into solar. So these solar products or models that we're creating for the solar use case are fine-tuned specifically for solar module design and ultimately electrical production calculations.
Thank you, Pete. So we talk a lot about accuracy. Really wanted to double click into that. What does it mean for you for something to be accurate? And how do you think about the value of accuracy and how we communicate value there? What should we be as an industry thinking about when it comes to accuracy and quality?
I'm glad we hit this one right out of the gate, because inevitably it always comes up. How accurate is our EagleView's 3D models? And to be honest, my gut reaction is always, as compared to what? Roofs aren't perfect. They're built by humans with lumber. They're not square. They sag, right? So when I think of accuracy and I speak to our customers about accuracy, what we really talk about is what could be installed on the roof, right? And it isn't just, did you lose a panel or not? Are you optimizing the available roof space for the best outcome for that homeowner? So accuracy to me means that when you design a solar system, you're going to be able to install it. But quality is a little bit different here, Kyle, especially when we think about data and the type of data that we provide, because accuracy is a component of that, but you're also talking about precision and consistency. Again, that solid foundation to build upon, right? I guess the other note on quality is, we internally, and I find a lot of success in this, we do a lot of lean business, and we practice a lot of lean business practices or employ them in everything that we do. So when we think about it from that perspective, there's an old saying in lean business practices that quality cannot be inspected into a product. It must be built into it from the start, right? So when we think about, again, that analogy of starting with a shaky foundation, if you don't start with a good solar design, that just means all along your process, you're correcting it, you're reworking it. There's a lot of waste and non-value add work, right? When you do it accurately and with quality data up front, the output to that end user is improved. The path in which you take to get there is now even more efficient. A lot of that waste has been removed, right? So quality isn't just about, how accurate are your measurements. Quality to me is how consistent are they? How precise are they? And then it's the benefits that you get from that, right? And again, accuracy is part of it, but looking at the holistic solar workflow, there's a lot of opportunities to improve that concept of quality.
I love that, and I love that saying that you just shared about building the foundation and making sure that that's the key component from start to finish. I feel like that's going to be on a T-shirt coming soon from EagleView team. We talked about benefits. We talked about benefits. Looking ahead, what benefits do you envision Aurora customers will experience as a result of integrating EagleView technologies into Aurora? Really, really key on hearing from you on this one.
Yeah, so thinking back again to that solar workflow or the process, there are many different areas in the process that a customer could use our data on the Aurora platform. For instance, it could be used after the point of sale to true up a design to get to the plan set or get permits faster. It can be used at the point of sale, right? And when you use it at the point of sale, you're using quality data, you can eliminate a lot of those customer-facing change orders and all of that, again, non-value added work that goes into correcting it to even get to permit or an install. So the benefits are vast. Depends on how they're employed and where. But I guess I would summarize that by saying efficiency and a higher quality output to the end user.
So let's double click into that. When we talk about the end user, what is a case where improved accuracy from your 3D models directly led to a better outcome for a solar project? When we think about the end user, we think about solar projects and just how that plays out.
I mean, Kyle, I can't even count like the amount of customers and instances where our 3D models were used to, true up a design and create a very accurate plan set to get the install, and or the amount of times that customers come online and they're like, okay, I want to try your data. Let's see how good it is. I'm going to test it at install, right? And the benchmark is sort of like this bare minimum of, did I lose a module or do I have to change the array to, when I actually get to install using your data or that 3D model. What's really cool though, and I've had a handful of customers actually identify in that process that not only were they able to get to install with a very low error rate, it's actually 1% is what's been reported to us. They're not losing modules and moving them around on a roof. What a handful of customers have told us is that because of our increased accuracy, when they really understand what those roof lines mean and how to apply installation standards and account for AHJ setbacks, we've heard from a few different customers now that on average, they can fit an additional 3 modules per roof facet using our data. So that doesn't necessarily just mean that the customer is getting a larger system, but it absolutely means that you're optimizing the best roof space available, optimizing that southern facing roof so you don't have to go onto the east or west to achieve the desired output, right? There's a lot of benefits in there. So that's, you know, a few snippets or stats that I would share back in response to that.
Yeah, really, really important points there on accuracy. Wanted to talk to you also about the potential improvements in the project timelines and cost savings that Aurora customers might see with the use of EagleView's 3D models. Could you talk a little bit about some of those potential improvements?
Yeah. Again, I sort of have to address it depends on where you're in your workflow or your process. You're going to start to employ our technologies. Start with the most common site surveys, right? Our data products can be used to eliminate or mitigate some of that exterior site survey. So for customers that use us as part of that process, they report back that they're going to get to install 2 weeks faster. You eliminate a lot of the scheduling issues with climbing the roof, weather implications, and all of that. It also goes straight into a plan set. Doesn't need to be corrected or studied, right? So to quantify that piece, 2 weeks faster to install, which everyone's happier about, especially your customer, that homeowner. But if it's used at the point of sale for a proposal, you know, those benefits actually, it's impressive. There's a lot of positive impacts that it would have. So to speak to that directly, a reduction in customer-facing change orders. Well, when you're not introducing change orders to that homeowner, they're not canceling on you. So now your cancellation rates go down, right? Your time to get to your permit is much faster. We talked a little bit about, you know, total, you know, quality management and, you know, quality cannot be inspected into a product. It must be built in from the start. When you're using our data at the point of sale, what that means is you're eliminating all that waste and rework along your process to actually get to something that's installable. So the savings there is exponential, but it really comes down to labor time, right? Like all that time wasted by designers or site measure teams or contract specialists or even salespeople facilitating these change orders and redesigns and all that. The savings is huge, you know, both in time and cost.
Yeah, that is huge, and those are some pretty impressive stats when it comes to time. Pivoting to scalability, how will the Aurora EagleView partnership support the growth of customer businesses in solar overall?
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of hit on it there. So I guess I'll just pick up where I left off. Like we're enabling teams to scale exponentially. When you can do more designs in a day, more site surveys in a day with the same amount of employees, you don't need to staff for those busy months or for those growth trajectories. Technology can actually step in and empower your own employees to do more. It's that old saying, we're smarter, not harder, right? Well, do more with less, I guess is the point there on scalability.
Absolutely. And when it comes to better decision-making tools for solar projects, how do you feel like this partnership plays into giving customers better decision-making tools for those projects?
You know, solar is just part of what EagleView does. When I think of some of the other use cases, there's a common thread from uh, emergency responders, 911 operators, insurance carriers, inspectors. All of these individuals are doing something remotely. And the same is true for the Aurora user. And in those industries, we talk a lot about, you know, situational awareness. Know before you go. So when you're doing remote business processes in a platform like Aurora, the more information that you have, the better you're going to be. You know, knowledge is power, and that's exactly what we're providing.
Yeah, I'm glad you zoomed out a bit and talked about EagleView a little bit as a whole. EagleView is a leader in geospatial imagery, property data, a wealth of experience in the roofing industry. From that unique vantage point, what do you see as some of the opportunities for the solar industry? What can we learn from those other industries? What can we learn from roofing?
I think roofing's a great example. You know, solar's been around for a little while now, but as compared to the roofing industry, it's still very much in its infancy. So I've learned a ton after being here at EagleView about this roofing industry, and what I'd say, and my answer to that question would be, there's a level of maturity in that industry. There's a level of quality that they're delivering to their customer. But when I speak to this level of maturity, I think a very tactical example that I'll apply here to solar is uh, our most successful roofing customers actually use our highest quality data at the point of sale. Now, what that does, Kyle, is it gives them the ability to stay very competitive on their pricing because their bid is based on very accurate measurements, right? So they can put forth a very competitive bid, making sure that they're still profitable in that level of preparedness that they come with on that bid also builds a level of trust with the homeowner. They can speak to some of the other proposals, explaining to them why they're inaccurate or why their price is high or low, and why this individual contractor's price is right. So after the point of sale, they're also going right to their material ordering, right? So they don't have to send somebody out and check what was sold versus how much needs to be ordered. So from the roofing industry, that's what I would say. There's a level of maturity that they already employ. Over 50,000 roofing customers already trust us in this process, and that's exactly what we're trying uh, to bring into solar without reinventing the wheel. We saw what worked in roofing. We're trying to bring that level of maturity and understanding into solar for the benefit of every customer out there, and every homeowner. So
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm glad we're able to spend some time kind of zooming out because I know everyone thinks about preparing for the future, preparing for what's next based on where we are. Uh, Wanted to zoom out a little bit further and in the same theme here. What challenges do you see in the solar industry today? And how does our partnership address these through our technological innovation and our technology partnership together?
what challenges, man? Got 99 problems, right? A lot
Exactly.
of headwinds in solar right now. A lot of macroeconomic factors, but let's hone in on one that I feel is extremely important for, and I'll start with some real life experience here that I think most of the audience can relate to. I started in solar in 2010, and there's this common theme between family and friends and neighbors. As soon as they hear you're in solar, the typical response is solar really good or not? Right. And then the conversation pursues with this long, level of solar education that they weren't asking for. But the point is that there's this initial reaction of, is it good or not? Fast forward to today, there's a lot of negative press out there on homeowner experience in solar. And that's absolutely not what we need. We don't need that headwind. And, unlike the macroeconomic factors and interest rates, this one is in our control, right? Consumer trust is absolutely in our control. How we handle that through technological advancements and this partnership, higher quality output to that homeowner. Here's the system size that's going to fit on your roof. Here's how much electricity it's going to produce. Here's your savings. And I'm going to get it to install faster, right? What does that do? It creates referrals, satisfied customer. Those are the best leads out there. Customer acquisition costs go down, right? And then we end up with this cyclical effect where it just keeps building on itself. And I truthfully feel like the number one issue that as an industry we need to address is this homeowner distrust. We need to eliminate that poor experience, and there's no reason for it. We have the tools now, we have the processes. So I think this partnership is a great example of one of those opportunities.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the benefits of this partnership are highly influential on the ultimate customer, the homeowners that are out there, and building that trust. So looking forward, what advancements in technology should the industry anticipate further improving for the solar project implementation and also for customer satisfaction?
Kyle, I've been in the tech industry long enough now to know that if you're not constantly innovating and evolving, then you're getting left behind. So as it relates to EagleView, we are constantly innovating on our even our camera systems, our capture platforms. What that does, it allows us to capture more frequently, higher resolution, increase our coverage, the type of imagery that we capture. And then from there, I guess the next point that I would call out of what can we anticipate, there's a lot happening in the AI space, especially with generative AI. And make no mistakes, we're looking at those advancements to improve the speed, quality, and all the deliverables that we're really extracting from this aerial imagery. So the point of this partnership and the reason that it's so long isn't just to, check a few boxes to get more accurate designs today. It's how do we as leading providers come together, complement each other's technologies, and deliver more value to the end user and get more solar on more roofs, right?
More solar on more roofs. I love it. Well, thank you, Pete. It's been incredibly insightful to explore your vision and see how the partnership between EagleView and Aurora is poised to dramatically improve accuracy for our customers. We are already witnessing significant impact with EagleView's imagery in our design processes with Aurora. I'm hearing the stories already with customers, and the most exciting part about this is the upcoming availability of EagleView powered models in our platform. If you have any questions, this is to the audience about what is currently available and how you can gain early access to these EagleView products. I encourage you to reach out and contact your account team. We are going to move forward with a demonstration to see how these EagleView powered models integrate into Aurora. And then we'll answer some questions from the audience afterwards with a little bit of a Q&A. All right, thank you.
Hello there. I am very excited to give you a sneak peek of how EagleView powered models will work within the Aurora platform. I'm going to start here from the project dashboard. If you're a user of Aurora, you're probably familiar with this view. Once you add an address to work with within Aurora, this is where you can see all of the designs for that specific address. Let's say that I already have one design that I've worked on, but I want to go ahead and add an EagleView powered model to my project. By doing so, I'm able to maximize the accuracy of the site model, whether I'm doing that early on in the solar process, even in the pre-sale stage, or using it later after a specific design has even been sold potentially, in order to get to a high enough level of accuracy that I'm ready to move forward with a plan set. How that will work is I'm looking at my project dashboard and I can create a new request. I'll see some options here. I can request an expert model. This is our existing expert modeling service, which is available for a 30-minute period, our expedited service, and then also the standard service as well. This will continue to exist and be available for you from this screen also. And then I also have the option to choose an EagleView powered model. And this has a standard SLA of 3 hours. And I can go ahead and select that in order to really maximize accuracy of that site model. I can send the request, and here, since this is really a demo for the purposes of sharing this feature, we've done a little movie magic and we've made this new EagleView powered model available in a very short period of time. And once it's available to me, I can go ahead and click review. I would also be able to go and check my email to get status notifications that the model is ready for me to use. When I click review, I get a preview of the model from EagleView, and I can take a look and make sure it matches my expectations. And once I've previewed it and it looks good to me, I'll go ahead and accept the model. name my new design, because this new model will be available in a new design within the project. Click save, and then once it is saved, I'll be able to open it up in design mode and take a closer look. From here, I can go ahead and add panels, I can draw trees, and generally manipulate this new EagleView powered model to my heart's content. In the future, we will be able to merge an existing design and the panels associated with that design along with any hand-drawn trees. So you'll be able to automatically bring those together. But for now, for the initial early access release, we are simply enabling you to pull in the EagleView model into Aurora so that you can then continue on with any further modeling you would like to do. I hope this has been illuminating, and thank you for watching this little sneak peek of how EagleView powered models will work in Aurora in order to really maximize accuracy across the solar life cycle.